the worst tape you've ever seen in your life. I have no idea how I got the part.
It just is far more difficult. Now, I've never been in it, but from what I observed.
Rachel Zegler's comments regarding Disney's live-action Snow White ignited anger, and things are now out of hand. Fans are outraged, critics are skeptical, and even South Park has joined in to lampoon the issue. The situation is so severe that there are rumors Zegler may sue. How did a simple fairy tale become one of Hollywood's most contentious issues? Let's jump into the turmoil, since this narrative is only getting begun. Disney's choice to recreate Snow White was not unexpected. After all, they've been adapting cartoon masterpieces into live-action smashes for years. Fans anticipated a visually spectacular film that paid tribute to the classic while incorporating a contemporary touch. What they didn't anticipate was Rachel Zegler, the actress who plays Snow White, to say things that would make them reconsider the adaptation.
It was so fun. Oh my god, as a huge Disney fan, it was so exciting to finally get to go to D23. Yeah. I live on the East Coast, so I was never able to go, and also tickets sell out like in a flash. So it was so exciting to go, and my mom was super jealous because my mom is the reason I'm a Disney fan.
During promotional interviews, Zegler nonchalantly stated that the film isn't about love at all. For supporters, this was a red flag. How can you leave out such an important portion of the original story? But it didn't end there. Zegler also hinted that the prince sequences could not make the final cut. Allow it to soak in. Snow White does not feature a prince. Fans were stunned and outraged, flocking to social media to vent their rage. Many people felt as if the core of the tale was being pulled out and replaced with something unrecognizable. The outcry spread rapidly, with some accusing Disney of disrespecting the original fairy tale and transforming it into something it was never meant to be. Worse, many longtime Disney fans found Zegler's words disrespectful.
Rice has to be body temperature, and if it takes too long to serve it, it's no longer body temperature. But what was interesting to me about him was he had 3 Michelin stars, and he was still trying to learn how to get better, how to be better.
Yes.
And I showed that to executives at Disney.
She viewed the original film as out of date and proposed that her adaptation would be more powerful. While some praised her for attempting to modernize the role, others thought she was criticizing a classic that had inspired generations. It didn't help that Disney was already under fire for how it handled previous live-action remakes, with fans accusing the studio of prioritizing making statements above creating decent movies. And just when it appeared that things couldn't get much messier, South Park joined in. The show's creators are well known for their no-holds-barred humor, and they did not disappoint this time around. In their episode, Into the Pondy, they took direct aim at Disney's latest remakes, employing over-the-top parody to attack Hollywood's fixation with woke narrative. Fans soon linked the links, even if they didn't mention Zegler or Snow White specifically. The episode's references to updated fairy tales and tone-deaf decision-making felt far too similar to be a coincidence. Many individuals felt that South Park's spoof was spot on. Social media was flooded with footage from the show and memes ridiculing the Snow White adaptation, but not everyone was amused. Rumors circulated that Rachel Zegler was considering taking legal action against South Park for their representation of her position. While this has not been proven, the mere thought has fueled the flames. Could you imagine suing South Park? The show's creators live on controversy, and a lawsuit would only provide them with more material to work with. A more fundamental question lies at the heart of this story. What happened to Hollywood's legendary stories? Fans are split. Some believe it is necessary to adapt classic tales to reflect current ideals, while others argue that doing so destroys the mystique that made the original so unique. Disney, stuck in the middle, is attempting to satisfy everyone. On the one hand, they want to appeal to younger, more progressive audiences.
My best friend, and she's the one who sent me the casting notice and said, "Thank me when you're famous." It's the craziest thing ever that it came true in that weird way, and that's why I bring her everywhere, and she's the best ever. But yeah, I put myself on tape. It's the worst tape you've ever seen in your life. I have no idea how I got the part still. And it's being used to teach future casting directors at NYU.
On the other hand, they cannot afford to alienate their devoted followers who have been with them for decades. It's a delicate balancing act, and they don't appear to be pulling it off just now. The dispute has been a whirlwind for Zegler. Instead of being lauded as the star of a highly anticipated picture, she's become the face of one of Disney's most disastrous public relations campaigns in years. Some people are supporting her, claiming she's only trying to bring something unique to the character. Others believe she should have shown greater respect for the original narrative. In any case, this event will most certainly be with her for a long time. Meanwhile, Disney faces the harsh reality of a reaction that might have a significant influence on the film's box office results. If supporters remain upset, they may boycott the film entirely. And if that occurs, it might send a message to Hollywood that fans are sick of seeing their favorite tales adapted into something they scarcely recognize. Disney is dealing with more than just disgruntled fans. It's dealing with a far broader issue: trust. Disney has long represented wonder and timeless narrative, but in recent years, that image has begun to deteriorate. Fans have criticized the company of prioritizing trends above honoring the core of its iconic tales. For many individuals, the Snow White remake marks a watershed moment. What remains when you remove the elements that made the original so beloved? That is the question that fans are asking, and Disney does not appear to have a definitive response. The financial danger, however, is considerably more problematic for Disney. Let's be honest, live-action remakes are pricey. These films cost hundreds of millions of dollars to produce, thanks to CGI, expensive sets, and A-list stars. If spectators do not turn up, the losses might be astronomical. With fans already outraged by the modifications, the Snow White remake is beginning to appear like a risky investment. However, the significance of this dispute extends beyond simply one film. It is pushing Disney to reconsider its whole approach. Can they continue recreating their oldies without alienating their core audience? Or is it time to get back to fundamentals and develop stories that connect with fans in the same way that the originals did? These are concerns Disney cannot afford to ignore, especially as competition from rival studios increases. Then there's Rachel Zegler. For someone so young in her profession, this is a dreadful situation. What should have been her big break has turned into a public relations fiasco. While some fans have defended her views, many believe she is out of touch with what people desire. It's a difficult situation to be in. On the one hand, Zegler attempts to modernize Snow White and make her more relevant to today's audiences. Her comments, on the other hand, have been viewed as dismissive of a narrative that holds so much meaning for so many people. Rumors of a possible lawsuit against South Park have further fueled the tension. While it is unknown whether the allegation is true, the mere possibility of it has kept Zegler in the news for all the wrong reasons. If she does take legal action, it may bring up a whole other bag of worms. South Park's brand is founded on controversy, and a lawsuit would most certainly add gasoline to the flames. Zegler may see this as a no-win situation. Even if the rumors are false, the harm to her public image has already occurred. Let's not forget about South Park. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the show's creators, have built a career out of using humor and cutting wit to address controversial themes. They not only contributed to the topic by addressing the Snow White drama, but they also revived disputes about Hollywood's priorities. Parker and Stone, whether you like them or not, have a way of getting to the heart of a problem. Their satire has caused people to take a closer look at how Hollywood handles its cherished classics, and the results are not pleasant. The Snow White debate has also spurred a larger discussion about Hollywood's inventiveness. Are studios being overly cautious with remakes and reboots, or are they losing sight of what made these stories so memorable in the first place? Fans are sick of seeing their favorite stories taken down and rebuilt as something unrecognizable. They value innovation, respect for the source material, and, most significantly, films that are wonderful. The outcry delivered a strong message. Audiences want more than simply bright images and current information. They want stories that evoke the same sense of awe they had when they first saw these masterpieces. Disney should use this as a wake-up call. If they don't start listening to their followers, they risk losing the trust and loyalty that have built their success over the years. The Snow White remake's future is questionable. Will the outcry affect its box office performance? Will Disney make last-minute modifications to attempt to reclaim fans? Or will the controversy pique people's interest and encourage them to watch it? Right now, anyone can guess. But one thing is certain, fans and reviewers alike will scrutinize every move made in the film. In the end, the Snow White story is about more than just one film or actor. It reflects wider challenges in the entertainment business. It is about striking a balance between tradition and development, adapting stories for new generations while remaining faithful to what made those stories remarkable in the first place. Whether this incident serves as a lesson for Hollywood or simply another chapter in the remake drama remains to be seen. So, what do you think? Are current modifications important, or do they destroy the enchantment of our favorite stories? Should Disney double down on their artistic vision, or should they reconsider their strategy? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the latest celebrity news and Hollywood drama. See you in the next one.